Okay, so this is just like what we did yesterday, the way it starts out. So can either one of these denominators be factored? Yes. Which one? So I take a lot of time to write up everything for you. I create all of this for you. I don't just get it from somewhere. I create it. And so I need you to be respectful of that and sit quietly, please, while I'm trying to teach it to you. Thank you. So we can factor. So Kira, which one can we factor? Good. Questions on that? My last class was having some trouble with that. Last period. Remember, when you have a square minus a square, you can take the square root of each of them. Square root of x squared is x, square root of 4 is 2, and then x plus 2, x minus 2. Okay, so what is in this denominator that's not in this one? X plus 2, that's right. Okay, so this is a minus 3. So I need to distribute that negative 3. So I'm just going to change this to plus a negative 3. Anytime you have subtraction, it's the same thing as plus a negative. I need to make sure I distribute that negative. So I get 8 over x minus 2 times x plus 2. And then distributing the negative 3, we get negative 3x minus 6. And then what do we do next? We just add them, and what do we get when we add those together? Negative 3x plus 2. So now we want to look, once we get there, we want to look to see if we can simplify. We can't do any simplifying, can we? There's nothing that we can factor on the top that would make us be able to do any canceling. So that's our final answer. Okay, so number 2. One of those denominators factors in that one. Which one? First one. How do we factor that first one? The x, that's right. So remember, when you've got a trinomial square term and then an x and then a number, or the linear term is what you can call this, then you can use the x. So what multiplies to negative 15 that adds to negative 2? Negative 5 and 3. So this is x minus 5 times x plus 3. So what is in this denominator here that's not in this one? Yep, x minus 5. So again, this is a minus, so I want to make this plus a negative 2. Very common mistake is students forget to distribute that negative. So that's the way I show it, is just change it to plus a negative. You don't have to, just make sure you distribute that negative 2 there. So when you distribute the negative 2, what do we get when we distribute that negative 2? Negative 2x plus 10. And then we want to add our like terms. And we get negative 2x plus. Is there any way we can factor that numerator so that we can do any canceling? There isn't. Nothing that goes into 2 and 19. Okay, go ahead and do number 3 as your U try. I saw your friend Savannah. Savannah, thank you. At Tasty Szechuan. She works there. You do number 3, please. Are you taking notes? Nice job. All over it. Nice job. What did you do it? Did you do it? Nice job. Nice job. Oh, Ashley. You're still working on it? Okay. Good. Good so far. Yeah. Nice. Yeah.
Is it negative?
So it's a negative 4 that you're distributing. So negative 4 times negative 2.
Oh, wait.
Easy to do that. A negative 4 times negative 2.
Negative 4 times negative 2.
Yes.
Oh.
So there's the answer up here. Any questions on that? I looked around at a bunch of you, and a bunch of you had it. Okay, pay attention. 2 more. So what do we do first on number 4? Factor this. So we're going to use the x. What multiplies to 20 that adds to 9?
What do you mean?
5 and 4. So Frankie, what's in this denominator that's not in this one? What's in this denominator that's not in this one? Yeah, so we're going to multiply this by x plus 4, and at the same time, Quiet, please. At the same time, what are we going to do to the top? Yeah, also multiply by x plus 4. So it's like multiplying by 1 there. So when we multiply 5 by x plus 4, so we take, what do we get when we multiply, Emma, what do we get when we multiply 5 by x plus 4? Good. And then this one here, again, we have to distribute the negative. So I'm going to make this plus -1 times this, because we need to distribute that negative. So go ahead and get the blue paper as your work. Do you have your homework? Okay. Do you want to leave it on your desk, or if you just want to go, that's fine. Can you show me another time? Okay. So then we have 5x plus 20 over x plus 4 times x plus 5. And then distributing the -1. Trace, what do we get when we distribute that -1? Yep. And then we want to add our like terms. When we add our like terms, what do we get? Raphael, what do we get when we add our like terms? Yeah. Are we done? No, because we can factor the numerators. How can we factor the numerator? What goes into both 3 and 15? 3. So this is 3 times x plus 5. And then what can we cancel? Actually, what can we cancel here? Good. So we have 3 over x plus 4. Does that make sense? So I factored out a 3 there. So if I take 3 times x, that gives me 3x. 3 times 5 is 15. So last one, number 5, pay attention to this. We have not done one like this yet. Is there any way we could get those denominators the same as is? So I could not multiply w plus 1 times something. Even if I multiplied it by 7, I would get, or -7, -7w minus 7. That would not be the same. So what did we do on the warm-up when one denominator was 10 and one was 7? What was the common denominator? 70. So we had to multiply them together. So that's what we have to do here. We have to multiply by w minus 7 over w minus 7. And then this one we have to multiply by w plus 1. So now we're going to distribute. Gianna, can you distribute for us? And can you do the second one too? Good. And so now we want to add the numerators. What do we get there on that one, Alina? You can use a calculator if you want.
20,
Ooh.
27.
Nice 27. And then we want to see if we could factor the top so that we could do any canceling. Does the top factor at all? It does not. So that's our answer. That's it.